Welcome to Retro Sports Gamer Channel. I'm Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and Mutant Football League, NFL Blitz, and a few other games. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
Welcome, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. It's Balls Olstein, round 2 of the playoffs with the Retro Sports Gamer, founder of the channel, who needs a haircut. Luckily, I found one. Probably needs a mall cut. How's it going, Tom?
Good. I've been looking at this picture every round of Mr. Olstein, and he looks like he just got hit in the balls.
Well, there's going to be some ball punching in this round, I guarantee it. Let's get into the action here. We got Icon Boxing Club and Tundra Yeti, and we're going to see the playbooks set up here because they didn't record when we told them to right at the helmet screen. So we have this constant theme of completely ignoring my instructions, which is, I guess if everyone's doing it, I can't ban the entire world, just like if we all left quarantine all at the same time. How are they going to do it? There's more of us than them, right?
Exactly. That's what it's about.
We're getting a little testy up in this. My chair's not working, but this is making me more pissed off than normal.
Yeah, I have not followed the rules either as far as taking the recording at the helmets. But this matchup I've been seeing more often, and I really like it, the Falcons versus the Cowboys. At first glance, it just seems like the Cowboys would have a massive advantage, but seeing them play out, it's very even. Andre Rison is kind of like the X factor, and even though Dallas has a pretty good secondary speed-wise, interceptions, they don't have anyone above a 50, so it ends up working out in reality, this kind of matchup.
Obviously, the most popular defender to man on Dallas is Hendricks. And when you put Andre Rison up top there, or even Collins with his speed, that causes some problems depending on what the safety decides to do. A lot of times you end up with a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and Miller will just chuck it up. So let's get into it. It's not the preseason, it's the playoffs. We play in preseason mode. Conditions can change any quarter. There are no injuries. Welcome to elimination game here between Icon Boxing Club and Tundra Yeti. Two really good players. Tundra Yeti is from Wisconsin, and Icon Boxing Club out east. And Ken Willis going to kick us off here. Any other thoughts? Did you run into these guys during the tournament?
Yeti, I might have played him live. I'm not sure if I played him, actually. Icon Boxing Club, he's been playing awesome. Played him a couple times online a couple weeks ago, and he's a force to be reckoned with. Doesn't make many mistakes, and he's a good tapper, can run the ball well. So we'll see. Tundra Yeti's got his hands full, but I still believe he has a better team. So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Icon Boxing Club, of course, the only one to hand the Shield a loss in the group play session. Here comes Mike Rozier, Heisman Trophy winner, zig and zag and taken out of bounds past the 45-yard lane. So, huge gain to start this one for Icon Boxing Club, and his running attack seems to be a strength.
Yeah, he wasted no time, busts a huge gain out to the 45-yard line, and he's going right back to it.
Yeah, tap off. Looks like Tundra Yeti wins that one.
Well, I just found out Tundra Yeti can sure tap as well. He just hit a 15 on the Richter scale right there.
Well, everyone's stuck indoors. They've been buying personal massagers, and it helps with their tapping speed. 3rd down and 6.
It could be.
The groans in the chat. Groans. Run 4 is the call. No dive. Pass the marker. First down to the 41-yard line for Icon Boxing Club.
Yeah, he's going with I've been going to this playbook more often too with the offset eye plays. You get good blocking on that run 1 and run 3. I don't even think that run 3 you really even need to disguise it with a pass play, even though he has. It's just a really good play.
Oh, he puts the ball on the ground, bouncing around. Picked up by the Cowboys, Daniel Stubbs, and Tundra Yeti takes over.
Yeah, just kept going to his strength, the running. It was working, and Rozier coughed it up.
Offset I formation bottom hash mark. Pass 2's the call. Gets the double tap down, or super triple tap down to Smith, 2nd down and 8.
Great job hitting the outlet. Only 2 yards, but doesn't lose anything on a guess play. Awesome job.
Run 4's the call. Smith bouncing it to the outside and taking down, 3rd down and 4.
You always got to watch to see if the Atlanta drones are going to come through in the game or not. Sometimes they will completely let you down.
This run here by Smith coming, zigging, zagging. He's in the clear. This should be a touchdown. 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Tundra Yeti. I was just going to say, I'm really surprised I don't see Alonzo Highsmith being used. He's got Tommy Agee in the game, and normally that's not something you would typically see.
Yeah, Aggie's got a better reception rating. I think he's like a 50. So that would be one reason you do it, although he's much slower. That kind of played out what I was talking about. Dion got blocked. It's kind of like the one-man show sometimes with the Falcons, and there was no drone that was even close to getting Emmitt Smith. That was an easy touchdown.
Trace Johnson out of the end zone, 5-10. Taken down to the 14. Trailing by 7, Icon Boxing Club. Plenty of time here with 49 seconds of Tecmo time. Definitely wants to finish this drive off with a touchdown.
Yeah, and the first drive was going well until that fumble. Looks like he's electing to go back to the run game. I expect him to keep doing that. That's what was working. Rising bombs can sometimes be risky, especially with Miller or Millen throwing, so you don't want to just throw the ball back up to the Cowboys. So
you might see it on this play. He has Sean Collins and running to the sideline. Decides to keep it in bounds. I keep seeing this from Icon Boxing Club. Get out of bounds. We just saw that fumble. 7-0 as we enter the second quarter.
Hey, he's just going with the old school approach. Get as many yards as you can. Just playing a game yesterday versus Thrash, and it was a 21-21 game, and he fumbles. He has the ball. He fumbles, and guess what? Ricky Sanders picks it up and goes all the way down, and he kicks a field goal and wins. So,
run 1's the call again. This time he gets the tap, so 15-10. So Tundra Yeti must have started using his actual hand.
Moral of the story is sometimes fumbles you lose go in your favor.
And out of bounds with a QB scramble. Icon Box Club moving the ball. 4:24 Tecmo time here in the second top hash mark. Back to the shotgun formation.
So it looks like he might have guessed pass. He didn't get good coverage here.
And just not trusting the pass control of Miller there. 2nd down and 6. And there's run 1. We've seen this a whole bunch. Tap off. Nope. Avoids. Near the marker. Just short.
I think with the Falcons, if you have like a tie game or you're down, that's when you feel like you could take more shots. But here, just being down that 7, he really wants to tie it up here.
Rozier right up the middle. Blocking holds up, and another first down.
It has been a very conservative drive.
And another fumble. Bouncing around, who's got it? The Cowboys have it. Ray Horton with the recovery. So Tundra Yeti with another break in Icon Boxing Club. If he can't pull this one out, he's going to have to go back to the tape and say, why am I not getting out of bounds? There's 2 rules in Tecmo. No sex 9 months before your favorite local tournament, and get out of bounds.
What? Oh, man. I don't think anyone's intentionally followed that rule.
And thus the tournament was missed. Now, I don't know what the rule is regarding COVID. No eating bats 6 months before your favorite tournament. I don't know. Chicken to the cave. 1st down and 10 with a completion from Tundra Yeti.
Stick with the cheese curds. Leave the bats at home.
Says the vegan. Smith to the house. Wow, nice run by Tundra Yeti there. Just no one could get a body on him, and he runs untouched.
That is the drawback to this matchup. If Dion's not making the tackle every time, which Tundra Yeti's also already proved that he could win some taps, the Atlanta drones just, man, they're not good. They're not fast.
Tundra Yeti with a 2-touchdown lead. Let's see if Icon Boxing Club can close the distance here. He got the opening kickoff, so he's going to definitely need to do something with this final possession here.
Yeah, and now that he's down 14, he's already lost 2 fumbles. Now he'll start throwing up to Ryzen. I almost guarantee it.
Or run it up the middle.
Yeah. The same play he lost the fumble on. Just go back to the well.
Run 4. Get when he can. All right, so now Ryzen's going deep. And he's got the 1-0. This is the time you take the chance. Going deep. Bad moon. Got the JJ tap. Oh, he cannot tap this time. Another fumble. Are you shitting me? Unbelievable. First down. That won't show up on the stat sheet, of course. First down and 10. We all know about that Tecmo bug. Removes the stats from the play other than the points if they result in points.
I'm glad that that went out of bounds. I didn't want to see him lose a 3rd fumble.
Well, that would have made a really boring broadcast, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so Hendricks with the tap tackle there, 2nd down and 7. .30 seconds of Tecmo time here. Daniel Stubbs, man defender here, a little bit of a unorthodox choice. It works out 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, there was more about just the right position on defense versus the best defender. So he did a great job. Tundra Yeti did.
Ken Norton going for the covered catch in the back of the end zone, does not get it. 6 seconds. And a field goal, I don't know that helps you so much here.
Yeah, you could do it just to get a little bit of momentum, but, you know.
Is this run 1?
Players want that touchdown.
He wants to run 4. And taken down, and that ends the half 14-0. So huge stop by Tundra Yeti, and now an onside kick is already happening. Aikman just standing there. He can't fumble it, so I'm not sure why he didn't try to get more yards. But
well, they skipped halftime. He was probably not paying attention to the screen. You know, that was another rule that's broken in the GBLAN tournament. Everyone's just skipping halftime.
Time for the China flag. I need like a stream deck thing. I just hit a button, the China flag comes up every time a broken rule. If you aren't familiar with what we're talking about, just look in our Discord channel.
Highsmith.
There he goes, Alonzo Highsmith. He's a secret weapon on this team.
Kind of. If he goes into good condition, I would say he's a secret weapon, but he's still a little bit slow. 38 max speed in average.
At this tier, you can still utilize him in a 2-back set.
Definitely.
2nd down and 3.
And he's in a tough spot. He's not going to go away from Dion, and that play perfectly blocks Dion.
Nice completion underneath in motion to Highsmith. Across the formation, out of bounds wisely. Out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Tundra Yeti 1st and 10.
That was really nice. Hit Emmitt Smith in stride with the angled throw.
Cross field, he wanted Martin. He rushed that. He got excited because he was open. And instead of clearing the defenders, they end up getting their hands up, knocking it down. Run 4 up the middle. Here comes Smith. To the house, touchdown. Tundra Yeti with a 3-score lead. Yeah.
Big-time playoff performance right now by Tundra Yeti. Icon Boxing Club hasn't had a whole lot going his way, but, you still got to capitalize, and Tundra Yeti's doing that. 21-0. Big-time uphill battle now for Icon Boxing Club.
Willis kicks it off. Here comes Johnson. And you might see some back and B action here. Out of bounds at the 11. 1st and 10.
Yeah, you pretty much got to at this point.
Pass 1's the call. Going up to Bad Moon. He's really got that timing down. And you cannot catch up to him. Tap off, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Icon Boxing Club. Feels like maybe he should have done that the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, he's 2 for 2 on bombs up to Andre Rison. Now he doesn't have a choice. Some guys don't like to play like that starting out because you could throw away possessions like that. But now he doesn't have a choice. But he's right on target with that one. 21-7. He scored on the first play from scrimmage, so that's definitely going to keep him in this one for a little bit.
Highsmith barely getting out of the end zone, my goodness. And taken down short of the 10. So, Icon Boxing Club, if you can get a stop here and a quick score, this is a game.
Yeah, Neon Dion got down there fast on that one.
Dion with the accidental bump, but he still stops him short of the line to gain, 2nd down and 4 on that run 1.
Yeah, we'll see. He wants to force a 3 and out at some point early in this drive. Any points, and he's probably going to lose the game.
Nice completion underneath to the RB2 slot. Emmitt Smith runs out of bounds and gets a good block. Here he goes. 45, 50. And out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 1st down, Tundra Yeti.
Tundra Yeti and Emmitt Smith are just absolutely thrashing the Falcons' defense right now.
Oh, there's the burner to Calvin Martin, a 1st down. Kind of the old school Tom Landry draft class there before Jerry Jones got in the mix.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, Troy Aikman hit that burn route. Is he a burn route quarterback? Nah, not really, but I think he's a little bit better at that than, a time JJ quarterback, in my opinion. So we'll see if he's able to hit something like that again.
Aikman's really just limited by elite defenders where if he throws it up, you're worried about that jump pick. But he's got the right passing speed. You know, it's kind of a best of both worlds speed there.
Right at that 50 passing speed for
So
Aikman.
Gann might be an option down below there. He's going to go with Jordan.
He is. He's the one guy who has decent speed with 50 max speed.
And 4th down and 2 here, and the field goal could lock this thing up. Instead, he wants to hold on to it.
I would have went for the field goal, but online kicking field goals is tough, so can't blame anyone for going for it. Defense just too good on that one. He had nowhere to go. He already chose that he was scrambling down, and there was no one to throw to.
Call play. Throws it underneath. It's incomplete. 4:15. You need a quick touchdown and either an onside or a defensive stop. Call play
right
again.
Now,
just going to let it go to Rozier underneath. Nice completion. Was that an error? Wow, another fumble. Wow. Ball's in Crisco today. 3rd and 4.
this is something you got to think about, though, too, when you're picking your passing playbook. He really only has 2 true deep routes to Andre Rison. This one, too, or he actually is running here, but they're like kind of those weird curvy, deep routes that don't always go all the way to the end zone. So it's going to be pretty easy for Tundra Yeti to guess the 2 plays where Rison's going deep. This is not one of them that he guessed.
It's going deep. Is he on the back of the end zone, right? Oh boy. And the overthrow pick. My goodness.
That time he didn't hit it. That's why you don't always throw up to Rison when your back's up against the wall. That one might be the game if he doesn't get a quick turnover here.
Time ticking away. Tundra Yeti just trying to get out of this one with a victory.
I think when you're in this situation on the defensive end, you're just trying to get a play called and like a scoop and score fumble. Those are the kind of plays that could put you back in the game.
Tundra Yeti with 2:19 remaining here, up 2 scores. The winner of this game moves into double elimination.
Oh, we got double elim at a certain point in the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Did not know that. Maybe I would have tried harder in my game that I got eliminated.
You or not.
Well, he forces a punt, but the Falcons defender's not getting there at all. The game's not completely over, but pretty much...
Basically need to score on this play, get an onside, and score the next play.
What he needs to happen is a bomb to Rison, an onside kick recovery, and another bomb. That's all he has time for. Highly unlikely, but still possible.
Going up to Rison. Gets the JJ again. Oh, and he beats him to the end zone. Wow, touchdown, Icon Boxing Club. So he gets that. We'll see if he can get the onside kick there. Yep.
Still got 2 more steps.
I suppose
to
he
go,
got hit the extra point. That would be step 2.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that.
Okay.
Not in this match.
Well, if all the Chris go, I thought maybe drop his controller or something. Bounce.
Here we go.
Bounce. Oh, picked up by Smith. And
There
just
was a guy
wasting time. And a
flying.
punt here. And that's going to do it here. Assuming he remembers to kick it. This is going to seal into the end zone. This is going to be the end of Icon Boxing Club's run in his first tournament with GBLAN. We do thank him for his participation, and congratulations to Tundra Yeti. He moves on to double elimination. Really story of the game, fumbles, really.
Yeah, so many good players in this tournament. I thought Icon Boxing Club could have made a deep run, but Tundra Yeti taps well. He played an awesome game. He took advantage of those fumbles, and he took the win in this one.
Well, Tom, thanks for calling this game. You guys hang tight. We had another game for you. Hang tight. Welcome back, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. It's Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. It's the playoffs, round 2. We're going Bulls Olstein. Win and you're in. Lose and take the walk of shame. We got Arquem versus Speed in an elimination game. I'm bringing back Tooley into the booth. How's it going?
Going real well tonight, Troy. Hello, Tecmo.
Hello, Tecmo. Indeed, let's switch it over to the gameplay. Trojan 1979 up here, play-by-play. Down below, my buddy. There's my camera. Tooley doing the work. Arquem calling a tapper's delight. The anti-speed matchup. Let's get the fastest slinging quarterbacks in the game doing work, or 2 of them doing work. It makes it really difficult for Speed in his JJ game. So he goes with the Chargers. Obviously, that gives him a little more opportunity for JJ against the secondary of the Broncos. I would have to imagine he's going to start playing with Vlasic over Tolliver. We'll see how that actually pans out. But anything else to look out for in this matchup?
No, not really. It's too bad that the Chargers had something like a 38 MS back to put in there at running back. You think he might just put Butts out there at receiver just so he could throw his JJs. But that's just what we know about Speed. So we'll see how much of the running game he utilizes. Definitely Vlasic in there. But, you probably see him throwing a lot to Miller and putting it up there. So, because like you said, this is a big tapper's delight. Arnquem, great tapper. Speed's game is the JJ, and this is sort of the anti-JJ game, if there ever is one.
Good Lord, it looks like he's playing hardcore rules with all the shotgun plays. Well, Marion Butts on the sweep. Nice play. Gets a first down. See if he can call it 12 times in a row.
Yeah, maybe he'll just go goofy this game because, Arnco probably expecting Speed to call out a pass. So normally as a defender, you're kind of sitting on run because you don't want to get burned by Butts, but you have a little bit of a luxury having the taps that if you get the isolation grapples, you're not going to be giving up huge gains. So
call shotgun play.
Here he's calling the play on defense.
Overthrown, and it's pick. I don't know if that was Atwater or it looks like it was Atwater.
Yeah, this is like triple whammy for Speed because now he's player 2 as well, and that hurts you in the passing game. It's a big disadvantage.
Elway with the 5-yard scramble, 2nd down and 5. Looks like pro set formation here. They're going through the play picking pretty quickly. We'll get a chance to look at that playbook momentarily. Here comes Humphrey. Out of bounds short of the 50 and a first down.
Yeah, a couple pro set. You got a motion run 4. That's not disguised, it looks like.
There's run 1. He's got the dive to go with it, and he's got pass 3, and then a bunch of single back with the motion 4, as you mentioned. Going with Bird, and just pass 4. And Elway just keeps it on the ground, and Arnquem takes it out of bounds. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, if you see him going with Bird at the run and shoot, that's either most of the time it'll be because he called run 3 on the offense. Otherwise, unless you're NOS, you're not really generally prepared to defend run 3 with that DB.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're just referencing NOS's skill set.
Yes.
I got you. Okay. I know sometimes the names are hard to see with the way we do our screen sharing here. Oh, fumble bouncing around. This is a break for Speed. He needed one after that overthrow. Junior Sale, rest his soul. And Speed will start his drive at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the great Tecmo equalizer, and we're back on serve here. We'll see if Speed still tries to get a run going. Looks like no. Looks like he's still just going to try and spam his passing attack as much as he can.
You know, you can't get away from your identity, I guess. Going to Quinn early, wants the diving. Reception's not going to get it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, some of those passes he's throwing where he seems like he's trying to get the quick, the burner. You might even be better with Tolliver, but I guess you got to have Vlasic in there for the threat of the JJ.
So the JJ does not go. And 4th down and 10, you don't go for it here. I don't know what the... Yeah, punt the ball, Speed. There you go. Keep yourself in this game.
Good advice, yeah.
It's like yelling at the when you recorded the games on the VCR as a kid.
Oh,
My dad used to pray in between plays, pausing, let Brett Favre get another touchdown. Let Reggie. The play happened 2 days ago. You've been working 3 days. Oh my goodness! 1st down and 10 here. Arnquim, long way to go. Hey, why don't we make Arnquim's name a little bigger? How does that sound? Again, I'm the guy that set this up, and I can't even read it. Here we go. Oh, look at that.
Oof.
Oh, look. Oh, that's some sexy stuff right there.
There we go. All right.
We were going Balls Osteen on the font. Here goes Humphrey. Tap, tap, tap past the marker. Taking down to the 31 and a 1st down for Arnquim.
Yeah, nice job bouncing it outside. You really don't have a defender to blow that play up. So even though you know it's coming, you just got to...
Fumble.
There's no guarantee you can stop it.
0-0 walk into the 2nd quarter. It's been a barn burner. A lot of back and forth turnovers. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory by both of these players so far in an elimination game.
Yeah, really not too much impressive on the offensive end from Speed. You know, he had that first run to start things off for a 1st down, and then just kind of went straight back into his passing game. So, Arn's got to feel pretty good about, he got the bad fumble break, but if he just kind of keeps playing his game, that eventually he'll come out on top.
Here comes Humphrey to the 40, 45-50. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line and a 1st down for Arnquim. And you feel like Arnquim is playing better, but he's had the turnovers. It's really affected his play here. Right now, Speed, I don't think he has done anything to really move the ball other than a couple run threes.
No, and Arn can just kind of keep playing his game. He doesn't need to do anything crazy. Obviously, he's, in this situation, you're probably just trying to gear up for a field goal and stick with that, and then go back and play your defense and do the good job defensively like he's been doing.
Here comes the run 3, and Bobby Humphrey cannot get past the drones. Looked like he may have had an alley to take it to the house, but he gets slowed down and taken down. 4th down and 5.
Yeah, now you're in this range where you're tempted to go for it, and we'll see if it works out for Arn. But maybe he ends up regretting getting all those yards this down on this 4th down.
Here's run 2. Humphrey running out of room. Nice re-maneuver there. The online juke pays off. 1st down and 10 for Arnquim.
Yeah, San Diego D-line there did their job, but Speed just couldn't contain when it counted.
And Henry rolling nowhere to go. Going to go back to cutting an album. 10, 5, touchdown.
Yeah, D-line 3 for San Diego has been getting through consistently. So we'll see if that slows down the rushing attack later in the game as conditions ebb and flow.
So I got to ask you, you've got the recliner, you've got the salt and pepper hair. Do you have a Werther's original in your pocket?
No, but I had a few this weekend. So, no. I'm trying to think of what other old man things I got going on. These chairs are great, man. I'm very happy down here. This is downstairs in the man cave area of the house. So I got my TV set up, my systems.
Did you yell at anyone to get off your lawn this weekend?
No, not a lot of people kind of around my lawn. A lot of people walking in the neighborhood. It's funny. There's probably about 10 times the people walking in the neighborhood now that we're not supposed to go anywhere, versus what regular life was like.
Run 1 for a first down for Speed. Checking conditions now.
We'll see if Speed figures it out. He's had only success so far running the ball.
Well, run 3, that's been guessed a number of times. It seems like pass 3 and run 3.
Like to see him go back to it. Yeah, very good. That's a move that a lot of people probably should utilize more. Calling a play back to back. I feel like it's your general inclination to. I just called that play. I better call something else. But I think a lot of times you can get away with not getting your play called, calling it back to back.
There's the JJ. He's got Wayne Walker 50 out of bounds at the 49-yard line. First down for Speed. Starting to get some rhythm.
Yeah, he's going to be trying to work in those timed routes, and it worked for him there.
I like the wrist throw there across field to Miller. He was either going to hit it or he was going to overthrow it, and the safety wasn't there. I think he's going to throw this up to Miller. You got to let it go, though.
Yeah, Miller not
It's
as
cut off.
fast as. Yeah, and Miller not as fast as sometimes I think he is. He's not the. I was off sometimes used to get him confused with Flipper Anderson, and obviously Flipper is the much better receiver.
Going for it all here at a half, and the overthrow pick. You had to take the shot there. Didn't want to try to go for 3. I understand it's hard on line in that spot of the field. But welcome to halftime. Arnquem goes into halftime with a 7-0 lead. What did you see in that first half?
Yeah, just really Arnquem in the driver's seat. This is not the matchup where to just lead on your passing attack. And unfortunately, it seems that the off-speed really knows how to do. I've never really seen him exhibit any kind of commitment to the run. And he's had some success running, but then there at the end of the first half, he was sort of short on time. But really, with a running back like Butts, all it takes is one to break, and you're in field goal range. So he can't allow these long runs again that he's been giving up to Humphrey. We'll see if he is able to get the ball back here. Because if things go as they're going, it should be smooth sailing for Arn the rest of the way.
A couple of receivers in good. And that helps a little bit. I mean, you want to move the ball with Elway with his legs. If you can get the receivers great and then run the ball with Humphrey. So, speaking of Humphrey.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get a nice passing play that's not called, you got to be thinking, all right, I got 5 yards guaranteed with Elway, and then take the shot if something deep is there.
Humphrey with a running alley. It looks like Speed is caught down. He got gobbled up again. Here goes 45-50. Zigging, zagging. 35-30, 25-20. Wants to take it to the house. He's there, touchdown, Arnquem, and the lead is extended.
I don't know why I'd ever man Henry Rawling on this defense.
Because he's a rock star.
But
there's no Tecmo reason to do that.
It's the price you pay when you get bumped, because you have just no speed, and then he got held up again by the drone, and so you just have you're way behind trying to catch a guy like Humphrey.
Here comes Rod Birdstein taken down to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Speed a long way to go. If he plays this game, if he can get a receiver down the field, pass one, he's got a chance. He's going to have the isolation. Decides to run it instead, which is strange. I think that would be normally what you're looking for, that coverage.
No kidding. Yeah, I would, if I were him, I would have taken a shot deep there. But
I'll take a shot of White Claw.
A shot of White Claw.
Or a swig. It's manly. That's
Yeah,
why I'm a Packer fan.
I'll be old man in the recliner all day before I'm sipping on White Claws, but to each their own.
Wants Miller. It's Miller time or White Claw time. It's definitely Miller time.
Oh yeah.
And Speed narrows the lead.
Sip a Diet Mountain Dew for that JJ.
Kick is away, and it's good. 75-year-old John Carney with the extra point, 14-7 your score.
Yeah, and so, the pressure's on Arn a little bit. As long as he can get some points here, that's going to pretty much ice the game. but one little mistap or one fumble, and this becomes a live game again. So Speed not out of it yet.
From the top hash mark, pro set formation. Bird at the bottom. Run one's the call. He's going to try to run in behind the blocker. He gets gobbled up. Here comes Humphrey again. Can't quite get the angle to break away from the pack, but does get the first down. Now again from the bottom hash mark, single back. And pass four's the call. Quick hitter to Humphrey. Breaks his fingers in the process as he gets out of bounds. And pass one's the call. All underneath the clearance came out of the field. Kind of a dangerous completion there, just because of the tackled in bounds factor. But he does get the first down.
You know, you want him to throw the ball there because you might get the drop based on the bad pass control, and then if he does get the catch, you know, it's kind of a win defensively because you got the shot at the fumble. So you got to make him earn every yard here.
Breaks his other finger.
Tackles in bounds.
I get just a big kick out of throwing it 2 feet away at full speed with these guys to these running backs.
Yeah, no kidding. They got to be sore after the game's over, huh?
Ooh, the 15 tap there looked like he might have been able to break away there, but does get stopped.
And Speed at a 14 there, so Arn can't be sleeping.
Yeah, sometimes as a fast tapper, you forget that the other guys can go full bore and they can peak where your average tap. If you don't do it every time, you could give one up. We saw Darth Rockman last week's broadcast give up I believe a touchdown in a situation where he kind of got lax on the tap. So looks like Mark Jackson is in good, as is Michael Young.
Yeah, I've often wondered if, the tap meter ROM does give you the ability to view taps. I often wondered if someone might sandbag their tapping ability, just tap like 10 or 11, naturally, and then until it comes a big one, and then they whip out like an 18 or, and, their opponent doesn't think they can tap it because they've been seeing the numbers on the tap meter and they get lazy.
I think you can do that. Call play, by the way, in a loss. I think you can totally do that, and you don't even need the tap meter to do it. You just kind of pick a situation where getting another 2 yards doesn't matter, so you tap off and you allow yourself to be tackled. And then when it matters, you can go ahead and pour it on.
But I haven't heard any stories of anybody doing that. So, that hasn't happened yet to my knowledge. Crystal ball here for Speed as he's getting some play calls. And now with Leslie O'Neal rushing in here, you got a shot to block this and be alive.
It is blocked. You can see the cursor change. You called it. Oh, here he goes. And taken down to the 32, first down 4. Speed, now he's still in this, so that field goal would have made it really difficult to get back in this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And, Arnco has just got to be thinking, what the heck? He lost a fumble, and now he got a field goal blocked. So, that's probably 10 points that Tecmo is taken away from him. He's got to be feeling. And now, one Speed JJ, which is you can't really defend. And we're in a tie ball game. So here it comes.
Wants Miller time again. And he is covered. Well placed by Arnquim as the man defender. That's a tricky thing to do. 2nd down and 10. Going with Atwater on defense. Henderson's going to trail up top.
Wyman Henderson.
Also translation to hot garbage.
Star of the Wyman and no, not Wyman and Tonic. That was actually David Wyman from Seattle. Somebody at a tournament ended up putting a David Wyman card inside of a gin and tonic, and the Wyman and Tonic was born.
Too funny. Well, here comes Vlasic backing up again. Dennis Smith on defense. This time he's got the JJ in between 3 defenders, is it, or 2? There's a lot of traffic there, but he's going to have himself a tie ball game here shortly.
Yeah, that was reminiscent of when the Broncos gave it up to the Baltimore Ravens that one year. Stupid play where they gave up a big touchdown at the end of it was actually the night of the first Kumite that we threw. I remember watching that game after the tournament.
Was that Flacco? Threw that bomb?
Yeah, it was Flacco. It was in Denver. He just threw a bomb, and the receiver somehow got behind all the defenders. And Just a very unlikely score. Not quite the same as the JJ there, but it was against Denver too, so we'll go with it.
Run for Humphrey to the outside, 1:15 remaining here. Arncombe in the driver's seat. Would like to avoid overtime if he can. Close this thing out with a score. Run to the bottom. Here comes Humphrey.
This is a game where I'd love to have Arncombe's audio of him talking during the game. Whatever was going on in his head, but I'm sure he has been letting out a lot of vocalizations here about his fortunes.
I think he's vaping big clouds right now. Just like he did on the broadcast. 2nd down and 3 on that quick pass to Humphrey. And this is run 1. Bird in a bad spot. He runs across the grain here. Running out of time here. You kind of need to get another 10 yards before we can even take an attempt here.
It's got to be a run 3. Got to be run 3 here.
And he didn't call it.
Didn't call it. Oh, boy.
Boy, well, here's the attempt. We'll see if he's close enough for Treadwell.
You got to kick it. Oh, like I said, you got to go for it.
Call play, and they'll go Gary Plummer.
I was looking for the sack fumble there.
That would have been something.
Oh, man.
Well,
he's going to get a second shot here. Probably deserves this based on how the game has gone, and hasn't been the recipient of much luck up to this point. So, but maybe this is Tecmo's cruel joke, and he's gonna fumble the kickoff or something here. Not trying to jinx anybody, Aaron.
So 14-14 rules are first points win because Arncombe has this. He took the ball to start. If a new game starts as a result of no score in the first overtime, then Speed would receive the opening kickoff to start the new game. So 1st down and 10 after that completion, Arncombe running out of bounds wisely. And when it's do or die here, points, it's always interesting to see how the game gets called. You see a little more risk-taking sometimes. 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, another tackle in bounds there. Expect a scramble here.
Getting closer past the 35 is Arncombe. You feel like you have to start calling his plays to have a shot here.
Oh, for sure, and especially if they're run plays being called, because he'll just get enough yards, especially with the taps. There'll be no stopping him. But with the field goal option, you got Leslie O'Neal barreling down on you. So I don't think we'll see him settle for a field goal. He's going to try and punch it in or get it as close to doing a double tap as possible.
Run 4 is the call. 2nd down and 9. Called pass 4.
Oh, big play here.
Risky throw. And that easily could have been picked. 3rd down and 9. Speed playing for his life here. Needs another Nostradamus moment.
Yeah, I almost like to see a man, like O'Neal or someone on this play. You really haven't seen him manning Leslie O'Neal at all to try and stop any of those. If run 1's coming, you can get down there with O'Neal and disrupt, especially if that D-line 3 keeps is busting through it all like he was earlier in the game.
And the thing is, there's no punishment for using him against those runs. I mean, other than maybe the backdoor factor.
Yep. I'd much rather take my shot.
And Bird is just losing his speed. Here comes Humphrey. That's a house call, and that is the ball game. Arncombe advances to the double elimination bracket, and Speed's tournament is over. Just like that.
Yep. So in these games, getting to call the matchup can be huge. Speed is very dangerous with certain teams and certain attacks, and he is not very dangerous with this. And we see Arncombe run for 376 on the ground and just pound it right down Speed's throat. And without some good fortune, this game could have really gotten out of hand. But
that might be the most running yards I've ever seen against a human player in a tournament fashion. I could be wrong, but that's insane.
Yeah, the overtime possession helped for sure, but that is a ton of yards. and you'd think that you'd find some way to limit the damage, if not just calling run every time. But whatever, Arn's a great. He's got a great rushing attack, and he's got the taps, and he had a great running back. And ultimately, I think the better player won this game. Although it was very entertaining, and Arn definitely had to sweat that one out.
Well, thanks everyone for watching here. We're going to have the scores for you coming up. Hang tight.